Have you ever had that feeling? That there's a little you inside your head looking out at the world? What if that whole idea is just a myth? Well, today we're diving into the incredible wisdom of Alan Watts, and trust me, he has a way of completely flipping our understanding of who or what we really are.
Wow, just let that one sink in for a second. You are something the whole universe is doing. This isn't just a pretty line of poetry. Watts is saying you're not some random accident that just showed up in the universe. Nope, you are an expression of it. This one idea, right here, is the key that unlocks everything else we're going to talk about. It completely turns our normal way of seeing things upside down.
All right, section 1, the trap of the I. So to really get what Watts is saying in that quote, we have to start with the way most of us, well, the way we usually see ourselves. It's what he called the trap of the I.
So when you hear the word ego, you're probably thinking about someone who's arrogant or full of themselves, right? But that's not what Alan Watts means at all. For him, the ego is something much, much deeper. It's this story we've been told, a kind of social agreement that convinces every single one of us that we're this little, isolated person, totally separate from the world out there.
And you know the feeling that comes from believing that story, don't you? It's that sense of being a lonely me, kind of trapped inside this bag of skin, right? And we're constantly facing this world that feels foreign and strange and just not us. And according to Watts, that feeling of being separate, that's where so much of our anxiety and our problems come from.
Okay, but what if that whole feeling of being separate is just a huge misunderstanding? This is where things get really interesting. Section 2, you are the universe.
This is the big shift in thinking, the game changer. Your being here, it's not some cosmic accident. You didn't just pop into existence in the universe. No, you are the universe. Think about it. You're the entire cosmos becoming aware of itself, right here in this very moment. It's wild when you really think about it.
And this quote, man, it just nails it. So simple, but so profound. The ocean waves and the universe peoples. See? It's the same thing. A wave isn't separate from the ocean. It's just the ocean doing its thing, being wavy. In the exact same way, you're not separate from the universe. You are the universe peopling. You're not a stranger visiting. You belong here. You are the whole show.
So naturally, our busy little minds hear all this, and what do? They immediately start trying to figure it out to turn it into a project. And that leads us straight into section 3, the self-improvement paradox.
Yeah, this is the first thing the ego asks. It hears the separate I is an illusion, and it goes, okay, got it. New project. Get rid of myself. See what's happening? It's trying to turn its own liberation into another item on the to-do list, another mountain to climb.
And this is where Watts just brilliantly shuts that whole idea down. He says it's like trying to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. I mean, just picture it. It's impossible, right? Any effort the I makes to get rid of the I is doomed from the start. Why? Because the one who's trying to do the getting rid of is the very illusion you're trying to get rid of. It's a catch-22.
And that's why he says this. The effort to get rid of your ego is actually the ultimate ego trip. It's hilarious when you think about it. It's the ego basically puffing out its chest and boasting, oh, I'm so enlightened, I'm going to be the one who finally destroys my ego. It's the most egocentric thing you could possibly do. You're just feeding the beast. So if trying to fix ourselves is a trap, what are we supposed to do? Just give up? Well, not exactly. Watts offers a completely different way to look at things. Which brings us to section 4, life is not a journey. You know, we're all brought up with this idea that life is a journey, right? It's serious business. You have to have a goal, a destination, a finish line you're racing towards. But Watts says, hang on a second. What if that's the wrong metaphor entirely? He suggests we think of life more like a dance or a piece of music. The whole point of a dance isn't to get to one specific spot on the floor. The point is the dancing. It's about the here and now.
And his examples here just make it all click. Think about music. Does it have a purpose? Not really. Like he says, if the whole point of a symphony was to get to the end, then the best orchestra would be the one that played the fastest, right? Boom, done in 60 seconds. But that's absurd. Same with dancing. You don't dance to arrive somewhere. The whole point of dancing is to dance. The joy is in the movement, not the destination.
Okay, this is all great philosophy, but let's get practical. So what? How do we actually live our lives with this new perspective? How do we play the game? That's what we're covering in our final section, playing the game.
So Watts lays out a few simple but not necessarily easy pointers. First up, stop seeking. This constant, frantic search for something more, for a better you, it's a trap. It just keeps pushing happiness off into some imaginary future. You've got to realize you already have everything you need. Second, be honest. Just be real with how you feel. Stop putting on an act. And finally, and this is a big one, be sincere but not serious. What does that mean? It means dive into life. Play your part with all your heart, but don't get so lost in the drama that you forget it's a play.
I absolutely love this metaphor. Imagine life as a giant stage play. We all have our roles, right? Sometimes you're the hero, sometimes you're the villain, sometimes you're the damsel in distress. We play these parts with passion. But the key is to remember that behind the masks, we're all just actors. And when the play is over, the person who played the hero and the person who played the villain, they take off their costumes, they stand side by side, and they take a bow together. Because they never forgot it was just a performance.
And that brings us to the final and maybe most important question that Watts leaves us with. And this isn't a question for your brain to analyze. It's for you, deep down. Are you serious? Are you taking this role you're playing, this character with your name, with absolute deadly seriousness? Or do you have a little inkling, a little feeling deep inside that you're in on the secret, that it's all a magnificent game, a put-on?